Okay, y'all. So we are out here enjoying the snow. Not really, but it's cold. And I got as the garden turns, STL Quickie for y'all. Now, this is an event that happened in the month of January. But did you know that St. Louis is the birthplace of the modern baseball glove? We have done so much with, St. Louis has done so much. They shoveled this. That's good. You said what, babe? Yeah. And so this is Beaumont, right?
Yeah.
And this used to be one of the baseball fields that we had here in St. Louis. We had so many of them.
Yeah, this was Sportsman Park, I think, #1, and it was called Dirksen Field. It had a lot of names, but yeah, no, Robeson Field. Yeah.
And we're gonna do a story on that, but today we're doing a story on the baseball glove. Okay, so Charles Waite was actually a STL Brown stocking, and he introduced the flesh-colored glove to protect his hand. Now, he had been catching, like, when that seemed like that would have been horrible. They would catch the ball with their bare hand, and it bruised up their hand. So his hand was so bruised one day that he was like, I cannot play the game and fully concentrate on the game because my hand is hurting. So he put on a glove and he patted that glove, and it was the color of his hand. He thought he was gonna be able to, pull it off and nobody would notice, but they noticed and they laughed at him and mocked him for wearing this glove. Why do you gotta laugh at people?
You're supposed to be tough and take a 150 mile per hour fastball.
That's crazy. so his hand was all bruised up. So in 1887, Rawlings, which is a St. Louis based company, if you didn't know that, and they are now located in Maryland Heights, but they used to be located in St. Louis City until their facility caught fire. Now, we're going to have to also do a story on Rawlings because, like I said, they're a St. Louis original. They were founded by George and Alfred Rawlings in St. Louis, and they worked with Bill Doak to design a web strap to be added between the thumb and index finger to create a secure pocket. Okay? It remains an industry standard and it still is. It remains an industry standard. The baseball glove.
The web baseball glove.
Yeah, and then Rawlings, they developed the first baseman's mitt, and it was designed by Harry Latina in 1940, and it closed around the ball when you caught the ball. It's an innovation that is still being used today in baseball. So, at one point, Rawlings was located at 620 Locust Street. It later moved to a larger complex at the intersection of 23rd and Lucas, and the offices were located at 2300 Delmar. But after a fire, the company relocated to Maryland Heights, where it still remains today. But yeah, if you didn't know, St. Louis is the birthplace of the baseball glove.
Interesting.
Yeah, we designed the little net that catches the ball.
The web between the pointer finger and the thumb.
Yeah, and then of course, like I said, the padding. You needed padding because I was saying that would have hurt.
And it's like a hinge. When you catch it in that net, it closes around the ball.
See,
and then we used to hit it to loosen that leather up. You had to condition your glove. You had to put that
cool.
oil on it. You had to loosen it up.
So that's a St. Louis original, and that was a St. Louis, as the garden turns, Quickie. If you didn't know, so we took it slow, and we were steady with it though.
And easy.
Yeah, but we were steady. All right, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, y'all. So the free seed that we got this time is the Alice Dream Tomato. That is beautiful. I just love the color of this, okay? Now, this is an eye-catching tomato variety. It's an heirloom beefsteak tomato, and it was developed by a Polish breeder. It is famous for its galaxy appearance. They are deep orange and yellow with a splash of blue and black on the top or the shoulders or the top of them. As you can see right here. Let me see if I can get y'all a close up of that. But they have a beautiful blue-black. You can see that this is, you see that? That's not a shadow. That's actually the color on that. Beautiful, right? Now, As they ripen, the street takes on a psychedelic look, and it is exceptionally sweet and fruity. It has low acidity and takes 7 to 10 days to germinate and 80 to 90 days to reach maturity. It will grow and fruit until the first frost, okay? It requires stalking or caging to support the heavy fruit, which can weigh between 7 to 14 ounces. It is perfect for sandwiches or gourmet salads, and it has powerful antioxidant qualities. And it has the antioxidant qualities more so than the regular tomato because of this blue-black color that you see here. Usually stuff that is like darker in color has like higher nutrient value. So these are my seeds of purchase, for the last seed purchase here for the 2026 garden. So hopefully you will be joining me and you will see a lot of these reach maturity. And some of them might not, but you know, that's gardening. All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Watch some of my gardening videos. Watch some of my cooking videos. We do it all here. You can even watch some of my beekeeping videos. They are all entertaining, and they are done by an amateur 50-year-old woman, me. Okay? All right, y'all. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next gardening, cooking, beekeeping, history, whatever it is, video.